Hi there, it's Sally, Education Officer from the Goulburn Regional Art Gallery. Thanks for joining us for AAC at Home number 4 for what would have been our last week of Afternoon Art Club for Term 3. Today I'm going to introduce you to French knitting, something I really enjoy. This is a great activity to do while you're relaxing in front of the TV or outside in the garden. The gallery team are back on site this week to install exhibitions headlined by Earthbound, which will open this Friday at 6 p.m. live on Instagram. You'll need a cardboard roll or a cup with the end cut out, a pair of scissors, 4 smooth sticks, some masking tape, some wool, and some stickers if you wish to decorate. To create your knitting Nancy, tape your 4 smooth sticks around the edge of your cardboard roll or cup, equally distanced apart. Tape your sticks so they sit about 2 to 3 centimetres above the top of your cardboard roll or cup so your stitches don't slip off. Make sure they're really secure so they don't fall off while you're doing your French knitting. You may wish to decorate your knitting Nancy with some stickers or colourful wrapping paper. Cast your stitches onto your knitting Nancy by tying your wool onto one of your sticks. A slip knot is best so it sits loose on your stick. Take your wool to the stick opposite and wrap right around it. Move to the stick next to it and do the same with that, and then again with the stick opposite. Your wool should now wrap around each of your sticks once. To prepare for your French knitting, move your wool to the next stick. You will move in a clockwise direction if you're left-handed or anti-clockwise if you're right-handed like me. Place your wool above your old stitch and carefully lift your old stitch out, up and off the stick to create a new stitch. Wrap your wool in the same direction as before, so anti-clockwise for me, and repeat the process. Remember to place your wool above your old stitch, lift your old stitch out, up and off the stick to create a new stitch. Remember, out, up and off. Your wool goes above the old stitch and the old stitch comes out, up and over. Keep moving in the same direction and repeat the process over and over again. You will start to see your stitches on the inside of your knitting Nancy. You want to continue that process over and over and over again. Remember, pull your old stitch out, up and off the stick. After some time, you'll notice your knitting Nancy is growing a tail. Every now and then, you might accidentally slip a stitch off your stick. This usually happens if your stitches are too close to the top of the stick. When this happens, carefully reach into the middle of your knitting Nancy, grab your stitch and place it back onto your stick. You may need some help from an adult for this. Oops, you have more than one stitch on your stick. To fix this, lift your old stitches up and over your new. Lift all the old stitches off so you only have one stitch per stick. Change colours, grab your scissors and cut your wool about 30 centimetres from your knitting Nancy. Get your new colour and create an overhand knot by looping your 2 pieces of wool together around your fingers and then putting the ends through the loop and pulling tightly. Continue your French knitting as normal. When you get to the point where your two wools are tied together, push the ends to the inside of your French knitting. Your French knitting gets longer and longer, you may need to roll it into a ball. You could really make your French knitting as long or as short as you want. When you are happy with the length of your French knitting, you'll need to cast your stitches off your knitting Nancy. To do this, lift one stitch off the knitting Nancy at a time and thread the end of your wool through the loop. Move on to the next stitch and do the same. Repeat the process for all 4 stitches until your French knitting is cast completely off your knitting Nancy. Pull the end of your wool tight to secure your French knitting. Here are some ideas for your length of French knitting. You could wrap it around your neck to wear it like a scarf. Wrap it around and around your head to create a headband. Style it like a scrunchie. For those of you with a little bit of sewing know-how, you could use a running stitch to secure your French knitting in a coil to create a mat of any size. How did you go with your French knitting today? Share with us by email or hashtag Goulburn Regional Art Gallery. We would really love to see your work. We have our fingers and toes crossed for a return of Afternoon Art Club in the gallery for Term 4. But if we can't bring our program back, we will be continuing with AAC at home. Until next time, see you later.